Well, I think at one point he probably felt that I wasn't in touch with the market anymore. I'm being really honest now, because I remember when we were doing Bad, I had DMC in the studio because, you know, I could see what was coming with hip hop. I could see it. That's my gift. I can't drive, but I can see it a mile away. He was telling Frank DeLeo that I think Quincy's losing it, you know, and doesn't understand the market anymore. He doesn't know rap is dead. This was 1987. Rap hadn't even started.
Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson built a music partnership that changed pop forever, giving the world albums like Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. But after that legendary run, their connection started to fade, and people kept questioning what really happened behind the scenes. Some blamed creative differences, while others pointed to trust issues. Then Quincy made things even more shocking when he claimed Michael had stolen songs. In an interview, he said, "I hate to get into this publicly, but Michael stole a lot of stuff. He stole a lot of songs. Donna Summer's State of Independence and Billie Jean. The notes don't lie, man. He was as Machiavellian as they come." He went on to add about Jackson, "Greedy, man. Greedy. Don't stop till you get enough." But Michael Jackson's family refused to stay silent after hearing the remarks from his longtime mentor and creative partner. Talking about Jones, a family member of MJ said, "He must have the first stages of dementia." Michael's father, Joe Jackson, saw the situation differently. According to him, Jones was quite jealous of Michael because he's never worked with someone with all of that talent. But when people talk about why Quincy and Michael stopped working together, the story often gets turned into something more dramatic than it may have been. Some believe Michael started making music privately without Quincy, and that this created tension between them. But Teddy Riley gave a much simpler explanation. He did not make it sound like a secret betrayal or a huge fight. According to him, Quincy had already worked at the highest level for years, and after creating history with Michael, he was tired.
The story I heard was that Michael Jackson started sneaking into the studio and producing records on his own. When Quincy found out about that, he said, "We're done."
No.
That's the story I heard from someone very close to the situation.
I don't think Quincy quit because of that. Quincy quit because he was tired.
Okay.
And Michael was cool with it.
Still, there is another version of the story that makes their split sound much more personal. DJ Vlad told Michael Jai White why Quincy Jones stopped working with Michael Jackson. Quincy entered Michael's solo career at a very important time. Michael was already famous, but he still needed the right direction to fully become the adult superstar the world later knew. Quincy helped guide that transformation through Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad. Their partnership worked because there was trust. Quincy helped shape the sound, and Michael brought the voice, vision, and performance. But if Michael really did begin working on music without him, Quincy may have seen that as a broken understanding between them. Whether that claim is fully true or not, it shows why the ending of their partnership still feels so complicated. It was not just about music. It was about trust, control, and two powerful creative minds no longer moving in the same direction.
I remember QD3 told me about why he stopped working with Michael Jackson. He said that when he started working with Michael, now keep in mind, when he started working with Michael Jackson, Michael was flopping as a solo artist, right? After the Jackson 5, Michael went solo and he started to just brick. He had like that album, Ben. Before Off the Wall, there was Ben, which was just trash, right? So Quincy came in and said, "Okay, I'm going to produce you, but I'm going to be your only producer, right? We're going to do our projects together." And that produced Off the Wall, which was massive.
Yeah.
Which brought Michael back.
Yeah.
And then Thriller, which became the biggest album of all time.
Yeah.
And then Bad, which was a very strong follow-up. And what happened was, according to QD3, is that Michael used to sneak into the studio behind Quincy's back and was trying to put together music himself. And when Quincy found out, he said, "We're done." He said Michael begged him to come back, and Quincy's like, "Nah. We made an agreement, you broke it, we're done."
And before Michael became one of the biggest artists ever connected to MTV, Quincy had already understood that music videos were becoming more than just promotion. At first, MTV did not seem built for artists like Michael, but that changed once his videos started taking over the channel. Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller were not just visuals for songs, they became full cultural moments. Quincy understood that Michael was not only benefiting from MTV, Michael was helping MTV grow too. His videos brought together dance, fashion, story, attitude, and performance in a way that made the whole industry pay attention. Once Michael proved what a music video could do, everyone else started chasing that same impact.
Steve Rossman just finished Michael, and it got resolved down there. He said Michael was going on. And so Billie Jean, Beat It, and especially Thriller, in a way, Michael and MTV rode each other to glory. I mean, really rode each other to glory, because the video's standard has not changed since then. Britney Spears does the same thing, Madonna does the same thing. The foundation, the template was laid back then.
That is why Thriller became much bigger than just another hit from a massive album. The song already had a strange and exciting mood, mixing pop music with a horror-style feeling. But Michael took it further by giving it a full visual world. The creepy setting, the famous spoken part, the dancing, the costumes, and the short film style made it feel like an event. People were not only listening to Thriller, they were watching it, talking about it, and experiencing it together. That was the genius of what Michael and Quincy helped create. They were not only trying to make another successful song, they were helping change what a music release could become.
Yeah, I remember John Landis had 10 camera shoot on Thriller. I remember the night he shot it, just the energy, and the song didn't make sense to anybody until the video was made, because we got a lot of weird stuff on there. Vincent Price, the king of terror, doing the Edgar Allan Poe type rap in the middle of a pop record like that, and people said, "What?" And it was a year and a half after the record came out before we released Thriller. A 14-minute video. It's insane. And it was received like a feature film almost all around the world. It's exciting.
However, things got bad even after Jackson passed away. Back in 2013, Quincy Jones filed a lawsuit against the Michael Jackson estate and Sony Music. He claimed that he was owed unpaid royalties and production fees from posthumous projects such as the This Is It film, a Bad Album reissue, and Cirque du Soleil shows.
Quincy Jones is taking Sony Music and the estate of Michael Jackson to court. The music producer says he is owed millions in royalties generated from some of the King of Pop's biggest hits after his death. He says those hits were reproduced to deprive him of compensation. A spokesman for Jackson's estate, of course, denying the claim. There was no immediate comment from Sony. So the partnership between Jackson and Jones is one of the most productive of all time.
Moreover, Jones has previously spoken about Michael Jackson's changing appearance. He claimed Jackson's excuses of suffering from diseases to explain his changing skin tone and plastic surgeries were just justifications. Jones revealed that Jackson didn't want to be black and suffered from deep-seated insecurities stemming from childhood misconduct.
I think with just what was happening to his face, and I used to give him a hard time about the chemical peels and everything else, and he always would tell me things like, I have a blister on my lungs and all those kinds of things, and I swear I've got this disease and so forth. It was getting chemical peels and everything, and I don't know, in a way it was in denial. He wanted to look different, and I guess that's a sort of a I don't know, self-destructive in a way. Yes.
And before the arguments, accusations, and theories about their split, it is important to remember what Quincy and Michael actually built together. Quincy was not just putting music behind Michael's voice. He was helping Michael become a more complete artist. Michael had been famous since he was a child, but Quincy helped him step into a more mature image. He helped bring out more confidence, more edge, and more control in Michael's sound. Then, when they added music videos to that vision, everything became even bigger. The songs were no longer only records people heard on the radio. They became scenes, dances, images, and memories that fans could return to again and again. Together, they turned music into a full experience.
That working relationship, that musical relationship, that personal relationship like with Michael.
Well, you can't be an effective producer unless it's love. You have to love them enough to give them a thorough examination silently, what the range is, how far you can push them on the microphone when it's time to take a break. Because when you tell people like Ray Charles, Billy Eckstine, I work with all of Billy Eckstine, Ray Charles, Sinatra, or these guys, to jump without a net, you better know what you're talking about, because they are tough. Well, Michael was too young to be tough, you know. I started to watch him, how intuitive he was. He knew everybody's dialogue. He'd get makeup for 5 hours, and he knew all of their songs and all of their dance steps. And he just had that inquisitiveness, you know, that he always watching.
He's always a performer.
Learning and growing, you know. And I was trying to find something that nobody had ever seen him before, because when I first started working with him, his father and everybody else says, you can't make him any bigger. I said, we'll see. And one thing led to another.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications.